Hello, folks. So today I'm looking to test um, the script, which is supposed to be easy to download into your Raspberry Pi and be easy to just run, enter a couple things, and boom, your Raspberry Pi connected securely, and you can send your bacnet data to the cloud. So there's a GitHub repo that has these scripts, and as the scripts evolved, I'll be updating the repo. There's a brief introduction to the project and how to use the scripts. So we're gonna go ahead and try to follow that now. So let's see if I can get this out of the way. There we go. And then get the terminal lined up right here so you can see both at the same time. Perfect. Alrighty. So I guess the first thing we need to do would be this. If you do not have wget, you might have to install it um, using app package manager or whatever the package manager you're using is. Ah, of course, no response. Well, off to a great start, aren't we? Let's see. You can always just download the file, right? Download raw file. Um, but let's see. What's the dealie? Ah, there you go. Now that worked, didn't it? And there's our install.sh. Very good. And this, if anyone's interested, I would love to go into more detail and do a deep dive on how this works line by line. But today's not that day. So let's see what's next. Alrighty, so the next thing we do is to install it. Oh, first we have to change the mode so that the shell script becomes executable. That's what this is going to do for us. Ah, damn it. First I had to SSH into the actual Raspberry Pi because right now I'm working on my own environment, my own development environment. So let's do this again. I'm going to copy this so I don't have to remember it. Okay, SSH. Where was I? Orange Pi at 192.168.2. That's the local IP address of my Orange Pi here in my home network. The Orange Pi is brand new. Well, the Pi itself is not new, but I just downloaded a fresh Ubuntu desktop image into it. So I still have not really figured out how to remote using just X11. I don't really want to run VNC because my SD card is only 16 gigs and I don't want to start adding stuff to the Raspberry Pi and bogging it down or running out of storage. So hence I'm doing everything via SSH on the command line. But running these scripts should not be too difficult from the GNOME GUI, the desktop interface for Ubuntu Linux. So I just not sure I can show that right now. So that's why I'm doing everything from SSH from the command line. So, all right, let's try this again. Boom, let's download it. Now I have it here. Now sudo change mode to executable, install Sage, the default user account and password for a default Orange Pi Ubuntu image is Orange Pi, so no surprise there. Alrighty, so now that I have this as an executable and oh damn, what I do that? Notice that if I do that, it just changed color. That's a clear tell that it's now an executable file. Alrighty, so how do I do this? Forgot. Alright, so maybe I'm just gonna run it because if we go to the script, you can see that there's a way for you to add parameters for every single thing we need to add. So here are the parameters. We need a device name, we need our organization name, a username and password, which if you remember, we already have that from our last session in Postman on that first look, Kloudnuk first look video, the one just before this one. Um, so I'm just gonna go and fetch. I think I remember the password actually. Ooh, that's small. Alrighty, so if I remember correctly, create org body. Alright, here we go. So our org name was test building, and our username and password was this right here. So we'll say not sudo. Oops. All right, here we go. So we should have a device name. We're going to call this device orange, live orange. That's the first parameter. Second one, test building V Smolinski as the username and password one as my password. And then I'm going to run it. Oh, buddy. Wonderful. Lots of permissions denied. And that's just fantastic. Well, maybe we do need to run it as sudo. I don't know. I made this, but now I feel like I'm learning it just like I had never seen it before. It's crazy. Alrighty, so what this is doing right now, it's installing a handful of packages that we need in order to run this application. Um, there's a event notification design pattern that's being used through this application. And it uses a Ubuntu package called iNotify tools. That's for one. Then we're also using curl because we have to make some digest authentication API requests to one of the databases and Java libraries. And I didn't even try Python libraries, but I don't find a lot of good support for digest authentication in general. So curl, it's just flawless for it. So I just run it as a process in the backend. Okay, so this might take a little bit, folks. We may need to come back to this when it's ready. See you in a bit.